Ah, good stuff. Right, ready, set? Run your mouth! Okay. Whew, that smells so good. This rose right here that's right under my nose. Hello, welcome to my tube. My name is Margie. Sometimes standing turtle. Yeah, I got my little turtle. Standing turtles don't run. Where is it? There it is. Little standing turtle. I love turtles. I always have ever since I was a little kid. And I always kind of look like one because I always stand because I got a bad back. So I always stand with my arms on my hips and rest. Good boy, Tata. My lower parts, and I got a pot belly. Always had because I'm one of those. I carry my stress in my stomach by the kinds of foods that I eat when I eat my feelings. But I haven't been eating my feelings much these days. I've been actually eating pretty clean. The last few days, this is the first time I didn't lose subscribers when I was freaking going through a rough patch. And I always understand on a very, I don't know what level, what word to use, but I understand how energy works and nothing lasts. Nothing lasts forever, but sometimes people feel such a negative kind of way, and it's just like in that moment they're thinking I can't live like this for the rest of my life, without realizing you're not gonna feel like that for the rest of your life. But it don't matter. So many people are taking their lives, and then they'll be back. They'll be back to incarnate. It's just we're spirit recycle factory. That's what we are, and we're gonna keep recycling until we figure it out that we could have heaven on earth if we get past all this dirty, pervy, freaking wicked, evil shit. Anyway, I had a good day. I got this. This came from Buds Flowers. I love them. I was counting and I'm like, there's 8 different varieties. And I told them, I'm like, you guys are way better than that enchanted place. I said, granted, I understand it was like winter and like supply chain issues or whatever, but they brought me flowers, and there was like 3 kinds of flowers, and 2 of them, and like one of them was like the filler stuff that they use. But these guys always do it, and I got to see the inside of the store. It was cool. And I'm like, yeah, I talk about you on my videos, and I share you on my Instagram page and stuff, because you guys just do this beautiful. And I walked into the flower shop. I brought Luna with me to go for a ride. And I walked in, and I was like, oh my god, that smell. It's just this, only like concentrate by 10. I just love flowers, and I was telling them how much I love flowers, and if they remembered me, because for my birthday in April I got like 5 in one day, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we remember you," and they're like, "Well, good, because we like people that like flowers, and people just don't appreciate this stuff, you know." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I am all about gratitude and recognizing quality, you know." That's why I got out of the Air Forces, because their standards were sub Marge. They were below my own, and it was just a club, and I figured out it's just, you know, they act. They're actors. They pay themselves gazillions of dollars a year to act. All these politicians, it's all acting. They're not kidding when they say the whole world's a stage. It's all an act. They're all acting like there's going to be some kind of outcome, and it's just all pageantry. I used to call it the pony show. I fucking hated the pony show. They would take like when a big general or some shit would come to Stratcom, SAC, you know, because I was at Offutt, it was kind of a high profile base. That's how I flipped baby bitch Bush the bird out the hangar door when he taxied by on 9/11. Because everybody, you can't go in and out when Air Force One's going by. Stop. No, you're fine. But I stuck my arm out the freaking load bank door anyway and freaking flipped him off just in case by chance he was looking out the window. Because I knew it's just all freaking bullshit. Not everybody's figuring it out. Everybody knows. And anyway, I was thinking about that because readiness, military readiness, and just like emergency freaking first responders, you know, all the way around, their freaking readiness is shit. They really let themselves go. It's like, it's like us poor people, we're the drain on society, really? Because you guys get paid fucking way more than we do, and you guys get to sit, you guys sit around quite a bit too, you know? Stop buying fat cops new trucks. Just stop doing it. Implement fitness standards. I almost got kicked out of the Air Force because I was the chunky chicken chick. But I did the work. I've been thinking about that, People are really going to figure out what it's like to put in some work because, I don't know what happened. I know my generation, there's a lot of pretty productive, hard workers. My hair's driving me crazy. I just cut it this morning, and it's like, and then I washed it today, and I need to get product for it is what I need to do. So it's like less, I need more oil in it. I need better shampoo. I need better shampoo. Where do I get decent shampoo in freaking northern New Mexico? Anyway, I'm a lot cooler, so I'm happier. I do a pretty good job of doing it myself. I don't really... except it's crappy back here because I get scared. So there's some long stuff back there. I feel like a sea monkey. Where am I? Anyway, so I think about the work. I've always had to do the work. People have always put me through the ringer. And I'm one of those that they made the example out of me. And I think about all the work I've had to put in. Like, all the work I had to do with, like, stupid flashcards just to learn how to enunciate so I would lift, and learn muscle memory the proper way because I was one of those that I wouldn't raise my tongue to the roof of my mouth when I said Margie, ours, and said certain words. So, and it was a point of contention to my father. Because he would yell at me, why can't you just freaking do it like everybody else? Why can't you just be like everybody? And I mean, like, he yelled at me and I was just like, and because I just practice all the time, like before I fall asleep, I do all my, do my exercises and stuff, and just to, just so I could be like everybody else. And, I became so articulate that people became unable to comprehend me. But at least I'm loud, because it's like I was always taught to speak from your gut, your diaphragm. So I'm loud, and I think about all the work, like the freaking 3.2, so 9.6 miles 5 days a week would be the route I did just to lose weight to get into the Air Force. And then like going to the gym and stuff. But I learned so much about health and stuff. But the part that made me the most angry is I had these fat sergeants and fat freaking, when fat personnel are telling people that they're fat and they need to go to the gym, I never saw these people there. And they ended up doing 20 years because people figure out, there's just always ways around freaking the systems and stuff. And dude, I don't need a life that complicated with all these systems that they've created for themselves. There's a couple things in the news I wanted to talk about, but I'm just like, what work do people? I know a lot of people have put a work in their life, but really, I got my first job when I was 15 because I wanted some new clothes for school. I wanted to start, my sophomore year without having to get, hand-me-downs or something like that. So back in those, and it was like $4.25 or something was minimum wage back then. So I've always been working. And I don't understand, like, these bureaucrats. It is so weird. All they do is they keep creating positions to hire their buddies to give them six figures. It's all money laundering. It's all of it. All DC, as far as it's it's the world's largest money laundering hub. It takes all of our taxes and then it launders it into some bullshit. I went to this restaurant today, got us lunch. It was pretty good, huh, Mom? Mom got a combo plate, and I got some chimichanga. They're small. Some places are real big, but they're too small, and it's meat and cheese on the inside. And I would go back again, but see, this is kind of a cool story because I've had a rough couple days. And I knew it was just the energy and it was going to come back, it was going to bounce back and things were going to be better. I swear, as soon as we got to cancer season, because I'm cancer rising, I was just like, Mom and I connected last night. It was really cool. I was extra chatty because all the freaking, cancer energy and stuff. And it was late. It was like 9 o'clock. She's like, you want to lay down with me? So we were laying down, watching Long Mar, talking about stuff and laughing and having a good time. And that was really nice. And then I woke up and it felt pretty good, and like my back didn't hurt too bad, and got some rest. Didn't get up and wasn't up and stay up in the middle of the night for hours and hours like I've been doing. But even though the moon is super bright, got some cool pictures of the moon last night, and then I went into I don't have a lot of followers. I'm not a popular person because at some point I say things that pisses people off in some kind of way, and I don't even know the people that watch my videos. It's just there's always that thing I say, and then it's like they're like, nope, I'm done. And other channels I've had that experience with, so I completely understand, and I don't take it personally. But it's taken me freaking over 4 years, and I'm almost finally at 950. And what was I going with that? Well, I have some people that support me through my channel in a big way, in a very big way. And sometimes I'll go to the mail with the card, and I don't want to put nobody's. I respect people's privacy and anonymity, but when people contribute to me and Mom more than I've gotten in paychecks, even with my college degree, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And then this happens, and then so we went to this new restaurant. I stopped out by, and I went down to the coffee shop, and there's always people there to talk to at the coffee shop, and sometimes it's just like to listen to other people share their stories, and I like to share my stories and pictures and stuff of my adventures, and they recommended I go to this restaurant. What was it called? I'll wreck the name anyway. It's out across the blinking light. Anyway, so I just went to the post office, left the coffee shop, stopped, got us to get us some lunch, and I had gone to the ATM, and I always get a little bit of extra because I know that there's somebody I'm going to run across that little extra is going to go for. And so I'm standing there waiting for my food, and there's these like 4 young people, like 2 young women, maybe in their 20s. I'm getting older, so it's getting harder for me to tell how old people are. I used to be better at it, kinda, but there's so many young people with old souls. They're like, Holly, I don't know. Which incarnation are you thinking you're living? I go by how many times people have incarnated, their spirits have come back around. Anyway, so they ordered their lunch, and then there was like a couple younger people, and it's not like going to Taco Bell where you can feed like 4 people for It's a little bit more on the pricey side, but it's worth it. So I went over and grabbed, or I took some money out of my wallet, went over, and I'm like, here, lunch is on me. And I was like, my name's Marge, I'm a Heoka, and I just like to help make people feel better about things. And so, and she was, and her face lit up. Her face, she looked like she won the lottery, Ma. And she works at another restaurant that I will not pronounce the name properly, so I'm not going to try. And so I'm going to, so but per her recommendation, I'll go in and see what that's all about. Because I love food. I love food. Because people put their essence into the meal. You can tell how that's why people are so, it's all about love and feeling the love. So, and everything's about moderation. That's why, what did I say? Where was I? Oh, I was looking at the pastries and the muffins. They just got restocked at what's that place? That place I took a picture of. How about a girl? I just don't know where my camera is now. Good girl. Oh, here it is. Not in a regular place. So the coffee shop, a Guapo coffee. I don't know. Anyway, it's pretty good. And I took pictures. I was going to show one more. This is the bridge that I went across the other day. Oh, that was a freaking synchronistic story too. They're like, how'd you get that shot? I'm like, I went down along the fence line. They're like, nobody said. So people don't usually. I learned that along. Larry Hickey taught me that. He's like, just act like you're supposed to be doing what you're doing. Because we walked into McCall's Dairy. Because he painted the place. And they didn't pay him. No, so we went in the freezer and freaking took what he thought his worth in ice cream. We just walked in the now I think about it, shit, I was this little 8-year-old accomplice. He's like, just act like we're supposed to. And we did. We walked past people. Nobody questioned us. We walked right in the freezer, grabbed some ice cream, and then went back and left. Yeah. So, anyway. So today was a very good day. And then I heard from an old, from Tess. I haven't heard from, and every now and again I'll think about people that used to comment on my talks because, years ago and wonder what happened to them. And I hadn't heard from her from a while, and then she chimed in and I got an email from her. So that was cool. That was cool. And then these, so it's like, see, because the way I look at money, I got no error in my chart. Or earth. I got no earth I got all air and water. And I'm like soup. I'm a little fire soup. I'm like one ton soup. Anyway, so spicy little soup. Hot soup. Because anyway, so now that we're in Cancer season, the energy is completely shifted for me. And that's the thing is don't get too excited because the fluctuations are very real. That's why I try to keep things at an even keel. But I surely do appreciate the people that contribute to the freaking channel. Because we would not be here literally without them. And I'm supposed to do something fun. So I was thinking about maybe buying a new lens. But I'm such a freaking practical freaking person that I'll probably look on Craigslist. Get it, you know? Because I don't really think that there are. I should put these back here. I don't think that there's camera stores around here. I got a feeling. Here we go. That's cool. That's Buds. That's Bud's Flowers. They do good work, and the ladies are always so nice too. So, yeah. How you doing today, Ma? Doing good? Waiting for the chill, because I only got one fan. Because it gets to a point in the evening that the heat from the fans like overpowers the coolness, so it like makes it more hot in here just from the mechanics part of it. Even with the little swamp cooler. So that's when I kill the fans, only leave one on, and then we've been getting breeze, luckily enough. Good breeze. Good breeze. There's Tess right there. Yeah, I'm a hothead. I have to do this. And then I've been getting my bandanas wet. Like before I go, I put them in cold water and then put a wet bandana on to keep my temperature down. Because I'm literally like I'm a hothead. And when people like do bullshit, like people are all about doing bullshit right now. Just like cut in front of you, and evidently the Texas wave is here, which is something that happens annually. And so the Texas wave, all the people that have their second, third, fourth home, whatever, and here, you know, the seasonal people that live in Texas, because everybody, you see Texas plates all over the place.
Oh,
they come out to their extra homes because they have so much fucking extra shit that there's so many people that just have homes all over the fucking place, and they just travel around from home to. There's homeless people everywhere, and freaking the price of real estate is obnoxiously through the like poor people can't buy freaking real estate right now. That's why I'm like, thank God that it's all good, all divine, and that God's going to take care of us, and we got a year before we, you know, for me to find our more permanent place. It would be great if there would be a, you know, I want to do like a trailer park type thing where people can come and camp and park their RVs and pass through, and there's common areas, and, you know, even have places where people, like, if you got shit wrong with your vehicles, that they're right there on site. There's maintenance bays and stuff like that where you can fix your stuff. You know, how come those stuff doesn't exist? Because it's too practical. I got so many ideas to make the freaking heaven on earth, but first the bureaucrats and the little bitch. I was at the freaking post office today. And there was, I'm freaking, one of my, oh, here's my back thing. One of my biggest pet peeves is fucking fraud, waste, and abuse. And this fucker, I was looking for a car number, but it's too new. See, they all got new cars and trucks. They all got new shit. You know, the world shuts down, but all the fucking people that sit around just get fat, get these brand new freaking $50,000 vehicles. And why are you at the post office at 10 o'clock on taxpayers' money? It's this shit. This shit, it's like, fuck you people, man. Fuck you. There should not be homeless. Just give away. If you guys can purge money and piss away on shit like this, you know. And I was getting all fired up at the coffee shop today because I was like, people don't understand. They all get new trucks. They all get new trucks. And their maintenance schedule on these trucks are absurd. They all get new tires every 6 months. You know? They all, you know, they get their schedule, and it's just... And these people beat the shit out of these trucks because they act like they're yours. They're theirs. They belong. They're theirs, but they belong to the taxpayers. And they act like they belong to, that they're theirs, and then they freaking beat the shit out of them. I listened to the guy. I sat next to the guy that took care of the fleet at G4S Secured Solutions. At the time, it was the third largest company in the world. I don't know what it is now. Tuck, you're all right. The kitties out there. You see the baby kittens? And I have to listen, and these guys, they never got in trouble. Fucking car accidents, all just freaking fuck these vehicles up, and there's never any consequence. My whole life I saw people that deserve consequence not get it, and I saw a whole lot of people that didn't got it to compensate for the foremost. It's a backwards world. I'm a Heoka, so I see it in a very direct forward manner, and things are going to change in a very big way here very quick in the next couple months, as if they aren't changing fast enough, right? Right? First paper girl. That's cool. Tess was the first paper girl in Eastchester, New York. Mm-hmm. That's cool. I met a lady that her sister was the first person that was human compost. I hope she doesn't mind me talking. No, she said you can look it up. It's a very open thing. I gotta get her sister's name. I'll ask her if she doesn't mind me talking about it. Some people are very private. Some people are. They don't want... And I don't know, people get mad at me because I'm not. I put everything out here. New Mexico, yeah. About 10 miles. The bridge from where I live. It's right outside a Taos-like house. It's nice here. I was telling the girl, I said that I got lunch today. It was funny because I was like, don't forget to tip him. Still. Yeah. And she's like, and then she told me she worked at a Mexican restaurant. And so I'm like, oh, she ain't going to stiff it. You know what I mean? Because you got to tip the to-go, too, people. People don't get that. I hated that when I worked at Chevy's and stuff. Like, they'd you got it? They'd, stiff the girls that took the hostesses. Because they're the ones that had to take the to-go order, and people were like, oh, well, nobody... So they got stiffed a lot, and that's messed up. You don't stiff them. Tucker, do I need to close the door? Tuck. I could do that if it worries you so much, Tuck. There's probably a lot of outdoor cats around right now, waiting for their kibble to nibble. What? I can't... Great, way off. Yeah, there's so much off grid around here. These freaking people, these young people that are doing this storyline of like living, like the van living and stuff. And oh my gosh, I like the idea, but the people that are doing it are really making my third eye twitch. Like, I'm like, I would like, and it's total clickbait. They always use these titles that make you think something, and of course the outcome is, you know, it's just total. And I noticed. There's one young girl, there's two young girls. One's Isabel, and then the other one is her Hannah friend or something. I saw, and it's like their storylines are congruent. Like the week that, all right, I'll be there in just a second. The week that like Logan came out, it was like that was the same week, I think, or maybe there was a week off in there. Maybe I'm wrong, but come up here. Come up here. Come here. That old other girl got a roommate too. You know, it's just all clickbait stuff. I hate coming up with titles, though. Coming up with titles is my least favorite thing about doing this stuff. Tuck, you already went, but I'll let you out. We all do a round when before I do my talk, but obviously that's not enough. No, that was Mom walking by. Sassy and Mom both have active bladder in the evening. Sassy has a potty pad over here that she uses because it's safer than if I'm gone. Mom doesn't need to be going down the stairs outside anyway. It's just how things are at the old Standing Turtle Ranch. Huh, Benny? See, that's the thing is the older we get more sensitive. I mean, we start out always thinking about that because, like, when I was in my early 20s, I washed dishes. I could freaking touch, like, boiling water, and my hands were so desensitized. You know, and I have, like, I have soft hands, but they're calloused. It's a weird mix. They're soft, but I have calluses. Are you okay, Benny? Yeah, I always did man things. And so, but the older I get, I found I get more sensitive. Like, I can't touch things that is hot as like I once did. And then the dog. I noticed that when I had Arthur, he left when he was almost 17. He was 16 and a half. He transitioned, Arthur Boo, and I noticed that the last few years. Benny! God, he's such a hound. Get out of there. Come on, you turd. Come on. Come on. Get up there. Get up there. Get up there. We'll go around in a minute. Mom already had her ice cream. What was I talking about? My train of thought just derailed. Oh, getting sense. Oh, yeah. So the older we all get, it's a more sense. So, like, you can't handle the heat as much and stuff like that. And, you know, people are gonna have to come up with better, more resourceful, less expensive. It is such a slap in the face around here. They call the electric company around here is called the Kit Carson Electric Company, and it's bullshit. Because I was talking to the folks at the coffee shop. I'm like, I've read about that Kit Carson guy. He sounds like a fucking dick, and they're like, he is. And he used to be buried here, but they dug him up and took him back to his Colorado or wherever he came, wherever like he came from, because people kept pissing on his grave. So many Native Americans died because of the freaking dude. That's why this whole place is coming back around, because see, this nation, Turtle Island, was supposed to be one kind of way, but anytime you got your hand of control that has their hand in it, makes it dirty, nasty, gross. There's karma that has been occurring since 1776, and those planets are lined up the same, and people haven't learned their lesson now. So as a result, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to come into very uncomfortable situations, because that karma has been passed down from bloodline to bloodline to bloodline to bloodline, and people just aren't getting it. And it's going to be hard to watch, but I'm here to help with